Hello and welcome to MPL Presents Cricket Buzz Live. First things first, you have Mr. Sean Pollock on the MPL Super Couch. Well done. It was one run away from me because I said 182. You said 177. It landed at 179, which means...
I normally say 177. I said 167.
No, you always say 177. You said 177 today.
I mentioned 177, but not as going to be the score.
No, I can't believe it. Did I write it down wrong?
Yes.
What? Oh.
You told me wrong information.
For once you had won it and see.
Oh my
goodness. But we can take, it should have been 167. Bad bowling at the end.
it should have been, no, it should have been 187. Bad batting at the start.
It should have been 157 actually after the start that they had. After the start, look at Trent bowled in the end. I remember we were looking at it and saying, could be 2 sixes in the end from Dhoni. Oh, he's at the other end. Sure enough, with 2 balls still left, a wide happens, he steals a single. It's almost like things are destined to happen when MS Dhoni is around, isn't it?
Especially in the 19th to 20th over.
That's his zone.
That's his zone.
That's his good feng shui.
It's just he homes in.
Yeah, just does, I don't know. Is it Vastu? Is it numerology? Is it feng shui? It's got to be some supernatural force.
He just plays with the mind of the bowlers, and you suddenly see a change. And when you see that change, I mean, it's that, again, I'm saying 18, 19, 20th over. No matter what kind of surface we play on, there's a game that goes on. And it's not just with MS Dhoni at the end, but with a lot of other players as well. The bowlers seem to, just change their lengths.
Yeah.
And they start presuming that if you bowl a decent length, which a batsman misses, can hit the wicket, it's going to be hit for a 6 straight down the ground. So either they start bowling Yorkers or, not half trackers, short balls. And I think there's been a myth for the last few years that, Mahendra Singh Dhoni doesn't play off the back foot, bowl short to him, because the computer did say that, because last year he wasn't playing like that.
Yeah.
I think they need to update that computer and software. Anything short now is going out of the ground. So.
Yeah, but no matter what you do to your software, MS Dhoni is updating his software quicker than that, right? He's just one of those, he just does it. And today he did that as well. 44 of 22 on a pitch in the first 10. Their power play, keep in mind, was 27 runs. Which means they've got 150 runs in the 14 overs that have come after the power play. Look at it. It is just, Sean, this is like, defies logic.
It's amazing. I mean, you look at Dhoni's strike rate there is 200. I think after about 10 deliveries, I think he only had 7 or 8 off the board, on the board himself. Yes, it's remarkable. And I think it's just an understanding, and that's why we say they're so lethal at Chennai, because they understand, they know what they don't do there, they can always make up. If it's a good pitch, yes, we go good. If it's feel like it's a bit iffy, we'll catch up at the end. But what happens to the bowlers, and people will often wonder why, what changes? When you practice the day before or in the nets, you run in at a certain pace. Your mind's in a calm state of mind. And what happens when you're facing Dhoni is Dhoni, when he's batting, is in a calm state because he's used to it and there's no pressure on him. He's just waiting for the ball to miss. All of a sudden you get your Morris, you get your Trent Bolt, they start to run in quicker. They start to want to force that ball in there. It doesn't matter if it comes at 145 or 138. It's not going to make a difference pace-wise. You have to hit your length. And by them sprinting in and trying to force the issue, they end up missing their length and they miss it badly and he just cashes in.
I think Trent Bolt won one mini battle against Dhoni, which is the slower ball bumper that he bowled.
Yes.
Besides that, Dhoni just had
underutilized ball, I feel, in this format. I think there could be more of it, bowled, particularly if you perfect it. But I think also the ball that would have hurt him the most, Bolt, would have been that third last one, which ended up being a wide.
Yeah.
He runs in, he thinks he's beaten Raidu, he thinks he's got himself a dot ball. He turns around and it's indicated wide, plus Dhoni runs and gets on strike, and the next 2 go for 12.
Yeah.
That's a body blow. That's a body blow to any bowler. And I mean, they should win this game now. For me, I felt like they'd lost their way. I thought that they could have taken more risks up front. I thought both Watson and du Plessis were a bit passive in their approach. I think you still have to try the odd risky shot, but it's all paid off in the end. And we were talking about the impact of Dhoni when he plays, how everyone feels comfortable, the impact he has at the back end. That's just summed it up.
There you go.
Just do a highlights package and you've got it summed up.
There you have it. And Suresh Raina. Suresh Raina getting runs today.
Yeah.
That's been fantastic. Let's put up the mini scorecard again, and you see that partnership between him and Duplessis, very important. Duplessis may be going slow, but they needed to do that after they lost the early wicket of Watson.
Yeah, they seemed overcautious to start with. That's what I felt. And of course, the bowlers bowled well. Bolt had a good over, at least the first one. And then it was Raina who actually started moving along.
Yeah.
And he got after Akshar Patel in that first over. It took chances. And, the wicket was, this is what they should have actually got. They should have actually got a lot more than that. With that strike rate, he would be happy at the start of the innings because he hasn't had a great IPL. So things apart from the total, I think another addition going into that knockout is that Suresh Raina's got runs. He's got a 50
No, two. Your namesake as well. He played a little cameo.
He'll keep playing, the cameos, the numbers will never show up. Cameos, see, look at him. I mean, he's got a 250 strike rate, but he's only got 25 runs.
Yeah.
So next time when he gets out trying to, play what he was trying to do at 6 or something, the average comes down to 13, the strike rate. So his strike rate would always be, so the top 3 guys will always have good averages. Strike rate might struggle depending on how they're playing that year. The guys who come in at 5, 6, 7 and 8, their strike rates will always look good, but it's the average that really...
That's why we look at the Basra, the batting average strike rate aggregate. That's why we put both of them together and look at the Basra.
Who's we?
We as in we.
We as in the...
Just me, the royal we. I alone look at the Basra. Hello, sir. Good evening. Welcome to the centenary. Where is my hat? Let's look at what the bowlers did for Delhi Capitals. As Ajay was saying, and Sean was saying as well, Trent Bolt went for 3 runs, I think, in his first 2 overs. 2 runs in his first 2 overs? Oh, wow. And he's gone for 37 eventually. He's going like, what train hit me? It's the Dhoni Express.
Well, there's almost 2 of his overs were dot balls. 11
And 10 came in the first 2 overs, by the way.
Yeah.
10 of those dot balls, which means in the second 2 overs, the next 2 overs, he's got only 1 dot ball and has gone for 35 runs.
The reason why Chennai have been so convincing in their approach throughout all the RPLs is the brains trust also think things through. And in that situation, when you've got Jadeja coming in, you don't want Dhoni to be taking risks then. You want him to get himself in because he cashes in the last 2 or 3 overs. So therefore, you needed someone to come in and just from ball 1, go. And that's exactly what Jadeja did.
So that's why no Raidu, no Jadhav at that point in time.
100%. And left-hander as well. They had 2 left-arm spinners that were going to spin the ball into the left-hander. So it was a good call. It was a really good call. He went at the 250 strike rate, took the pressure off Dhoni, and then Dhoni was able to do that. And you wouldn't have recognized that tactic or the effect of it if Dhoni hadn't finished as well as he did. But now that he does, it's as clear as mustard. I mean, clear water.
Clear as mustard.
What it also does is if you put that list back on and you see we're looking at the averages and numbers, and I'm enjoying the numbers these days.
Yeah.
So you look at the bottom. You have Rutherford bowling those 2 overs. It looks okay, 9.5.
Why didn't Mishra bowl another?
So Mishra, and why he didn't bowl is probably, and Akshar didn't bowl is because you had a left-hander all along, and that's what also that same computer that talks about Basra, says this, and that's how they play. But those 2 overs are the reason why they've got to this total. When did he bowl those 2 overs? I think he was over number 12. 11, 12, 13. Who's batting? Raina and Faf at that time?
Yes. So they batted till 13 and a half.
So that is a stage where the batsman still can't take all chances. He needs to take risk to get runs. But when you put in a bowler like that, trying to not get a left-arm spinner into bowl, but without taking risk, they get 9 and 9.5 and over there.
Yeah.
Which is what Chennai or any team which is a strong team would love it, because if you give 9 and over or 8, 9 and over with no risk at that stage, so what it does is you have 2 more wickets at the end, and then the scorecard looks bad for Trent Bolt and Morris and everybody else. So when they were playing without that 6th bowler, and they would just bowl and play normal cricket, they were doing much better. And this allows, think of the batsman who's batting there. Can he take risk every ball at that time? No. So if you have a spinner, yes, he can be hit for a couple of 6s, but then he's taking a risk. Whereas when you bring in a bowler like that, on the scorecard and Basra looks good, but it just messes up your game.
But Sean, is that it? That sometimes, it's good to have the 6th bowling option. You don't necessarily have to use it if your 5 are going well.
Yeah, 100%. And you can go to a seventh bowling option if you've got someone who can bowl their part-time over. But there's nothing about Rutherford's bowling that I've seen that's told me that he's going to be, one, effective, or two, pick up a wicket, or three, keep the run rate down. So I was a surprise. And even the last over, I mean, you could probably have gone to Mishra. He had only bowled the three leg spinners away. He had two right-handers at the crease. But I don't think they would have thought that Bolt would have gone the way he did. But I suppose that's always the danger when Dhoni's there.
Yeah,
you would have still gone with Bolt, but yeah, spinner. I mean, I was fooled at the start of the game, and I thought, there were four less spinners playing, and I was excited to see. Finally, we're going to see a bowler bowl in those death overs that we say 18, 19, 20. But we didn't.
The official scorers got it wrong. The official scorers put up Sandeep Lamechani in place of Chris Morris, and today Delhi may be looking at it and saying, we should have gone with what the scorer said. We probably bowled Lamechani instead of Morris.
Divine intervention.
Yeah, divine intervention. Sometimes a mistake is better than when you get it perceivably right. Just like we, the official scorer of MPL Super Couch, got it wrong today. And Sean Pollock, perhaps a bit undeservedly, is sitting on the MPL Super Couch. But hey, he's my guest. He's my friend.
And 177 is normally the number.
177 is what he usually says. That's the problem. I gotta clean my ears a little more. Come on, bring it here. All right, 167 is what he said. But now that it's 177, or 178 is what they finished with. 179 is what they finished with. So 180 they need to win. You're saying perhaps a bridge too far for the Capitals?
Well, I would say a bridge too far if the pitch is playing anything like we saw in the first 5 or 6 overs when Faf and Watson were batting.
Yeah.
Because it seemed like it was just holding up. Is it actually not playing that bad? Is it actually one of the better surfaces at Chennai? Then it starts to go a little bit more towards DC. Is Morris, when he's calling for the towel because his hand is sweaty, is that due, that he bowls a beamer?
Or is that him embarrassed?
We don't know. These are the things we can't tell for sure because we're not on the ground. But maybe the surface isn't as bad. Maybe they will be competitive. But from what I've seen in those first 20, if I have to bet my house on it, I'm saying CSK to win.
Just bet the couch. Why are you going
bet the couch. Get the couch.
Going as far as your house. Because I can't go to Durban to claim your house.
No.
It's really far.
Yeah, it's far.
The couch is here.
Couch, okay, you can have the couch.
Did you see the size of the towel Ricky Ponting sent out? It was a beach towel. It wasn't one of those little towels.
Like just wrap Morris in it.
Just give him a towel. Why didn't he ask for it before he bowled that ball? I mean, it has to be the sweat.
That was a really good point because that's what Ajay said, that he should have asked for the towel before he bowled that shoulder-length beamer to MS Dhoni.
Just to give you an insight too, is what you've seen tonight is a little bit of the frustration that the coach and the captain of the South African Protea side have had with Morris. Because they believe he's a find, they believe he's got talent, but unfortunately too many of these occasions have happened when they've entrusted him, and that's maybe why he hasn't made the World Cup squad. So that's just a little bit of an insight into, some people might think, oh, well, why is Morris not there? Unfortunately, we've seen a few of these things in Protea's colours as well.
Love the insight. I can't take the couch from him now. It is fair payment for the insight. The MPL Super Couch. Last call, Ajay, can DC get this?
I think they can, because it's one of those wickets that I
pull their batting order up while you speak.
It's either 140-50 wicket, but this isn't that one. It is the other side, 180 plus wicket. And that's why I went for 183. And I think they may be a few short, but they'll have to play well. They've got the talent.
They bat deep.
They bat deep.
Coming at 8.
They bat deep. Akshar comes in at that number. You even got Chris Morris in that side now who could actually bat. But they're more comfortable when they're chasing a smaller total because Shikhar Dhawan enjoys it. So they will need Prithvi Shaw to, need to get them a start. Not a flying start, but Prithvi Shaw needs to contribute some number of runs.
And be there.
And if he contributes, it will be at a pace. That's how he plays. Then Shikhar Dhawan and Shreyas Iyer, and they all get it. At 160, it's Shreyas Iyer.
Sir, put your money where the couch is. Yes or no?
No money, brother. Finish. Because I'm a fan of CSK. But I see Delhi has a chance.
Oh, nice! We got a divided house here. I like it. What do you think? Tell us on hashtag CrickBuzz Live on Twitter. We are waiting to see your tweets. Waiting? Now we're going to go wait inside on a bigger couch that we have. All mine. Thank you so much for watching MPL Presents Cricket Buzz Live. We'll see you at the end of the 10th with MPL Presents Cricket Buzz Combox. Send your tweets.